What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Massive Attack and their 1998 album Mezzanine. Thank you as always to Stephan. And the next track is the title track. So I think technically a mezzanine is an elevated platform or a essentially balcony within a larger room. Hello, Luca. Are you coming up? I think she might be. But number one, I don't know if that's actually the specific definition, but secondarily, as to what that might mean, I am not clear. So yes, I will do my best to follow along as Luca settles in. And let us hear Massive Attack and their song Mezzanine from the album of the same name, 1998. Wow. So sonically, that was a really compelling piece, a dark piece, very industrial, electromechanical, like some malfunctioning motor with a lot of metallic parts and interrupted operation, meaning the rhythms and even the specific sounds were very fragmented and not incomplete, but they would stop and start, and they were, again, very split up and interlaced, but in a way that sounded a bit gnarled and broken. And even for part of the track, I was thinking it's almost like a horror track. It feels like, that like we wandered into the wrong part of town, and all the alleyways have, torn chain link fences and radiators that are not functioning properly, and dark shadowy corners that you would not want to go look at by yourself. So yeah, a very wicked type of tune. I couldn't figure out if he was saying like flaws or floors. Now floors, I was thinking mezzanine, like maybe there is a direct meaning there. And then it was like something about maybe using light, which I thought like maybe to see better. But yeah, I just couldn't figure out if he was saying flaws, which I'm going to put it like 55%, or floors, which I'll put at 45%. But yes, obviously those would be two very different meanings. And yet I didn't, even in either interpretation, I don't quite know what to make of the lyrics. So yes, I caught more sonics. And the vocals had the same kind of atmosphere, a bit shady, a bit shadowy, and a bit dark. But yeah, I don't really know what's happening thematically in the track. I will say, I was on Elizabeth Fraser watch on this one, because there's been, I think, a couple tracks on the album where she has appeared, and, they've brought in different vocalists for certain tunes, and I just, I didn't know. I didn't catch it. And there's been a couple times where people are like, oh, I'm surprised you didn't clock that was Elizabeth Fraser, because you're going through Cocteau Twins. True, and entirely fair observation / critique. But here, I went into the track like, oh, if I hear a female voice, and if it flutters or does some crazy, like, articulation the way that Fraser can do, then I'm going to be ready this time. But I don't believe she was on this track at all. I don't think we heard a female vocal. Either way, a really wicked tune, and while I found it very compelling, I wonder why this one was chosen. Not that it wasn't good enough to be a title track, I think it was, but I wonder, compared to a couple others that we've already heard on the album, why this was the one that was seen as emblematic of the album, or at least chosen because of its quality to serve as the title. Now, maybe the decision to use it as the same name as the album was not based on either of those factors, but either way, I enjoyed it, and it definitely had, as I said, a very fragmented, like broken sound, though, still within rhythm and still very compelling. But yeah, as I said, it sounded like it was a track from a very dark and dangerous part of town. In any case, thank you again to Stephan for providing the Massive Attack material. Let me know what you think, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.